Just when you thought the Toronto Maple Leafs offseason narrative was set in stone, focusing solely on the gaping hole left by Mitch Marner, a seismic shift is rumbling through the organization. Are we witnessing a stroke of strategic genius from Brad Treliving, or is this a calculated risk that could either elevate the Leafs to true contender status or plunge them into deeper uncertainty? For months, the whispers, the reports, the fervent fan discussions have all centered on one thing: finding that elusive top six forward. With Marner's departure leaving a significant void in offensive firepower, the conventional wisdom dictated that Treliving's top priority had to be securing a winger capable of restoring balance and punch to the forward lines. We've dissected countless names, debated various trade scenarios, and agonized over the shrinking cap space, all in pursuit of that offensive fix. But now, a new report suggests the Maple Leafs' compass might be pointing in an entirely different direction. Instead of doubling down on offensive depth, the focus has reportedly pivoted to an unexpected target, strengthening the defense even further, specifically by acquiring a mobile, puck-moving defenseman who can generate offense from the blue line. And the name gaining the most traction in this intriguing new scenario? None other than Mikhail Sergachev, a foundational piece of the Tampa Bay Lightning's defensive system. This isn't just a minor tweak, it's a potential philosophical overhaul. Toronto's current defensive core is already considered robust, particularly in terms of physicality and positional play. Players like Brandon Carlo, Chris Tanev, Jake McCabe, and Simon Benoit offer a gritty, consistent presence, excelling at protecting the net and engaging in the physical battles that define playoff hockey. They're effective, reliable, and tough to play against. However, when you shift the lens to puck movement and offensive creation from the back end, the options become noticeably thinner. Morgan Rielly remains the undisputed offensive pillar of the defense, a dynamic force capable of quarterbacking the power play and driving transition. But beyond Rielly, the contributions are more limited. Phil Myers and Oliver Ekman-Larsson, while experienced, simply don't possess the same explosive puck-carrying ability or offensive instincts they once did. This creates a bottleneck, often forcing Rielly to carry an immense burden, especially when the team needs a breakout or a power play to click. This is precisely where Mikhail Sergachev enters the picture as a potential game-changer. He isn't just a good defenseman. He's a dynamic, modern blue liner who embodies the very qualities Toronto's defense currently lacks. His recent numbers speak volumes about his impact. A remarkable 53 points last season, a total that would have easily surpassed any defenseman currently on the Maple Leafs roster. Furthermore, his 23 power play points highlight an immediate and significant upgrade to the team's special teams efficiency, an area that has often been a source of frustration for the Leafs. Add to that his high average ice time per game, and you have a player who is not only productive, but also trusted in critical situations, both defensively and offensively. Sergachev's profile perfectly aligns with what the Leafs are reportedly seeking. A top four defenseman who can add consistency in transition and generate a higher volume of offense from the blue line. He brings a blend of size, skill, and hockey IQ that allows him to break pucks out cleanly, join the rush, and make plays in the offensive zone. This isn't just about adding another body, it's about fundamentally transforming the offensive capabilities of Toronto's defense, turning it from a solid but sometimes stagnant unit into a true offensive weapon. But acquiring a player of Sergachev's caliber comes at a significant cost, and this is where the plot thickens. According to team insider James Myrtle, bringing Sergachev into the fold would necessitate sacrificing a defenseman with a more defensive profile, such as Brandon Carlo or Simon Benoit. Of these two, Carlo possesses the significantly higher market value and would undoubtedly be the centerpiece of any trade package. The irony here is almost palpable. Just last season, the Maple Leafs invested heavily to acquire Brandon Carlo, viewing him as the reliable, physical partner Morgan Rielly desperately needed. Now, the very asset they fought so hard to obtain could be the key to unlocking a different, potentially more impactful strategic direction. Trading Carlo, while painful given his recent acquisition, would be a clear signal that Treliving is willing to make bold, even unpopular moves to reshape the roster in pursuit of a championship. It's a high-stakes gamble, but one that could pay dividends if Sergachev lives up to his potential in Toronto. This potential move also introduces a fascinating subplot surrounding Morgan Rielly. While Rielly remains the undisputed offensive leader of the defense, his long-term future in Toronto isn't entirely guaranteed. Despite his no-movement clause, there have been whispers and speculations about a potential trade down the line, should a proposal emerge that benefits the club in the long term. The arrival of Sergachev in this context could serve a dual purpose. Not only would he be an immediate reinforcement, but he could also be seen as a potential plan of succession, providing a top-tier puck-moving option should Rielly eventually move on. This adds another layer of strategic depth to Treliving's thinking, suggesting a focus not just on immediate needs, but also on future-proofing the blue line. The clock is ticking. Preseason training camps are rapidly approaching, and the Maple Leafs understand the urgency of resolving these critical roster questions before the official start of the 2025-26 season. The team has already demonstrated a willingness to explore hockey-for-hockey trades, involving important pieces from both sides. This suggests that Treliving is not afraid to shake up the roster, even if it means moving fan favorites or recently acquired assets. At this moment, all signs point to Mikhail Sergachev being the primary target, and Toronto appears willing to adjust its defensive foundation to acquire him. If Treliving can successfully navigate this complex trade, the Maple Leafs would not only reinforce one of their existing strengths, their defense, but also fundamentally rebalance the sector. This transformation would turn the blue line into a truly dynamic offensive weapon, capable of sustaining the team's championship ambitions by providing consistent puck retrieval, seamless transitions, and a significant boost to their scoring from the back end. It's a bold play, a pivot that few saw coming, but one that could ultimately define the Maple Leafs season and their quest for the Stanley Cup. What are your thoughts on this potential shift in strategy? Do you believe acquiring Mikhail Sergachev is the right move for the Maple Leafs, even if it means sacrificing a player like Brandon Carlo, or should they stick to their original plan of chasing a top-6 forward? Let us know your opinions in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like button if you're excited to see how this dramatic offseason unfolds for the Toronto Maple Leafs.